California's Gold is produced in association with KCET Los Angeles and is seen statewide on California Public Television. This series is endorsed by the California Teachers Association, the California School Boards Association, and the California Library Association. Well, hello everybody, I'm Huell here, and here we are on this beautiful Sunday morning in one of my favorite places, the Hollywood Farmers Market, located right in the middle of downtown Hollywood. Now, I'm here just about every Sunday morning to get my fresh California flowers, my fresh California peaches and nectarines and grapes. But I also have a little routine here, and it always involves stopping by this stand right here. Now, they're not selling flowers or fresh produce. What they're selling are ladybugs. Ladybugs forever. And killer snails. Now, we're not here for the killer snails. Introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Tommy Peltier with Ladybug.
Also known as the Ladybug Man.
Ladybug Man, that's
All right, now tell us about ladybugs, because I know why I get ladybugs. Why do most people stop here at the farmer's market to get their ladybugs?
Well, ladybugs are a beneficial insect that eats a lot of the bad insects, aphids, thrips, scale, and this is a natural way to have nature take care of itself. So you don't have to use poisons, because poisons don't really work.
So we get the ladybugs, and let's show them. We got them here in this little box here, and here are the ladybugs, and here they are. You keep them on ice because his son. We don't want to hurt the ladybugs.
Well, you know, they hibernate in the wintertime in the mountains up to 3 months out of the year. So I keep them on ice. It just keeps them dormant a little bit.
Okay, now I put mine just out in the garden and turn them loose and let them do their job.
Yep.
And they do a very good job, don't they?
That's right, they do. Yeah, they eat a lot of the bad bugs for you, so that and they also have this feeling that a lot of people feel that they're lucky for some reason.
All right, now that's what we wanted to get into. What are these myths about ladybugs? Because everybody loves ladybugs, don't they?
Everybody seems to love ladybugs. I talk to a lot of tourists from all over the world that come to my stand, and they all have little stories about ladybugs, and everybody seems to love ladybugs.
What kind of stories? What kind of myths? What kind of legends?
Well, they would come up, some people would sing the old song, it's Ladybugs, Ladybugs, fly away home, your house is on fire and your children are all alone. I mean, it sounds like some grim fairy tale, but or people would come and sing in different languages their songs about ladybugs.
So ladybugs are known and loved all over the world.
All over the world. I don't know where it first started, but from kids to little old ladies, they'll come up and start telling me stories about ladybugs.
I'd always heard growing up that ladybugs were good luck, that if you found a ladybug on a plant or in your garden or in your yard, that meant you were going to have good luck.
Well, it is good luck because they're eating a lot of your bad bugs. But I had one lady tell me, well, if it lands on your shoulder, that means I'm going to get a new dress. I says, wow, I never heard that one before. Kids love ladybugs. They like them to crawl on them.
Well, look, you got a T-shirt going back here.
That's right.
Got a hat going here. I mean, what's not to love about ladybugs?
I know, they're just a beautiful little creature.
Well, you know, this kind of sets up our adventure right here, because when I get these ladybugs from you and I turn them loose in my garden, I've often wondered where these ladybugs come from. They're not just born and raised right here at your stand, are they?
They just don't come right in these containers, no.
All right, so the question is, and what this adventure is all about, we are going in search of the ladybugs. Where do they come from? Where do they live before they get to farmers markets and nurseries where they're distributed to all us happy customers? So that's it. If you're ready for an honest-to-goodness adventure, we're going in search of ladybugs. These cute little bugs that are fine examples of California's gold. Okay, first off, don't adjust your TV set. There's nothing wrong with it. We're out of focus on purpose, because before we started this adventure, we had to promise not to give away our location. So all I can tell you is that we spent a whole day somewhere in California on this very exciting but secretive Ladybug expedition. Okay, our Ladybug adventure begins. We have arrived with Doug Beck and his son Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey. And we are here to look for ladybugs. How far away are we from the ladybugs right now, Doug?
We're about a quarter mile upstream from them right now.
All right, so we're going deep into the forest to get these ladybugs.
That's right.
And we've kind of kept this whole thing a secret because the ladybug collectors like you don't want to give away your ladybug locations. They're prized possessions once you locate where they are, aren't they?
Yeah, you work all your life to find these places, so you don't want to give them up. It's kind of like a gold mine, you know?
And how do you know where to look for ladybugs?
That's kind of a secret in itself.
There are lots of secrets when it comes to ladybugs.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
But they like certain places, don't they?
That's right, yeah.
What kind of places?
Well, I'm going to tell you along creeks, and that's about all I'm going to say.
Just along creek banks.
That's it.
High elevation, low elevation.
That we don't give up.
Oh. Well, this could be a very short segment because we're not going to give away where we are, whether we're up in the mountains or down. All we know is we're near a stream and we're looking for ladybugs. And are you sure we're going to find ladybugs?
100%.
What do you mean 100%?
100% sure we're going to find them.
All right, we're off. Come on, let's go. We're heading down the trail somewhere in California in search of ladybugs. You really did keep it secret.
Yeah, that's the idea.
We're walking down the trail, and this is a very isolated part of California. How did you know, Doug, where to start looking for these ladybugs in the first place?
Well, you just start to find the right elevation and the right direction of the creek, and just start walking down it until you find some ladybugs.
So you just walked out here through the forest looking. Where do you look? Down on the ground, up in the trees? I've never looked for ladybugs before.
Well, it depends on the time of year and everything. You might look in the trees or you might look on the ground. It just depends on during the migration what part of the time of the year you're here.
So ladybugs are seasonal?
Very seasonal, yeah.
In what way?
Well, in the spring they'll come in, and there's only a small window as to when you can actually find them. Otherwise they'll bury underground and you won't find them.
So they live underground?
Well, during the late part of summer, yeah. They'll bury down and try to escape the heat.
And then what do?
Well, they'll stay there until March, and along about then they'll fly back to the valley and lay eggs and die.
Okay, so they live here until they fly back to the, what, San Joaquin Valley?
Yeah, or Sacramento Valley or wherever you want to go.
Lay their eggs.
And die.
And die.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
We found water. And water is very important to this whole thing, isn't it, Doug?
Yeah, it is. They need moisture.
So the ladybugs, what do they come down here to get water, or do they just get the water out of the air from the mist that comes up from the stream?
Yeah, they're just after this the air moisture. That's all they're after.
Okay, so an ingredient to look for ladybugs is to look for water.
That would be it, yeah.
Now, are all ladybugs the same, or are they located all over the world? Are there lots of different species of ladybug?
Yeah, they're worldwide, and I believe California has 130 species of ladybugs.
Really? Now,
Yeah.
do you look for a specific species, or are you just looking for ladybugs, period?
We're looking for a convergent hippodamia.
Wait a minute.
That's it, convergent hippodamia.
And why that one instead of the other?
Well, I think the convergent part is where they fly in masses and converge into one spot.
All right, but the average person, we would just think of a ladybug as a ladybug as a ladybug.
Correct. Yeah, but these are special ladybugs.
All right, where are we going now?
We're going downstream about a quarter mile yet.
And how do we get there? What are we going to do? Go up this?
Yeah, we're going to go up over those rocks and beyond.
Do you ever see anybody when you're out here on a ladybug collecting excursion?
Well, occasionally I'll run across people, but never on this creek if I ever run across anybody down here.
We're out. Believe me, we're out in the middle of nowhere right now.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Jeffrey, you want to lead the way? He's good at this.
Yeah.
He's a natural.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, we're heading up the hill. Good grief. Go ahead, Jeffrey, I'm following you.
Watch him slick leaves, Jeff, and fall right off and break legs.
Boy, this is absolutely beautiful just looking at this scenery, which I bet you that's part of the joy of what you do for a living. You get to see some of the most beautiful places in California.
That's right, I sure do. It's a wonderful job just for that.
Are you usually out here by yourself collecting ladybugs?
99% of the time, yeah, I'm by myself.
So you don't have anybody to share it with?
No, the only one I normally share it with is my big yellow lab, and he's not with us on this trip.
All right, well now you brought Jeffrey today. Why'd you bring Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, well, he's out of school now. Normally we catch bugs during school time, but he's out of school, so he got to go.
So this is your first big adventure looking for ladybugs, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're heading down the trail through this magnificent countryside, and you got something up here you want to show us, Doug?
Yeah, there's an Indian grinding rock here. It's one of the few places in California left where you can just publicly find a grinding rock.
This is spectacular. Look at this. So the Native Americans would have been right here grinding their acorns.
That's right.
Wow.
That's pretty neat, isn't it?
Totally. And you probably just stumbled upon this when you were out here, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't know it was here?
In fact, most of it was covered with pine needles and stuff, but I noticed there was a few holes there a while back, and then this high water came this spring and exposed it all.
So, wait a minute, what do you mean the high water?
Well, the snow melt came down and rose the rivers up and exposed all the stuff that had been hidden all these years.
So how high was this? I can't say the name of it, but how high was it?
I'm sure it was 10 feet higher than this right now.
Wow. Boy, this is beautiful. Just looking at this. This is the real thing right here. See, you're getting a little history lesson while you're here today, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that took a lot of grinding to get in there. Yeah, Jeffrey's half Indian, so he should be halfway at home right now.
Now, I don't know what we're looking for, but we've come upon this sand. Would ladybugs be in the sand?
No, not normally, no.
All right, so ladybugs don't burrow in the sand.
Well, they do somewhat, but there has to be some foliage with it here.
I got you. Well, there's the foliage. Look at this. Oh boy, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is something, isn't it?
All right, now where are we going?
We're heading right over here to our left, about 100 feet.
So this is it?
This is pretty close, yep.
Boy, you would never have any idea that there were ladybugs here.
Yeah, they're pretty hidden.
Are we gonna suddenly come upon them, or?
Yeah, that's it, just suddenly.
You're putting on your gloves because we have arrived at, and you called it?
A bug bed.
A bug bed. Now,
Yep.
how do we, is this a bug bed?
Yeah, that's it, actually. There's probably bugs underneath that, and them sticks and pine needles and such.
All right, you say probably, because you're not sure.
Well, I was here a couple weeks ago and collected some, and I may have disturbed them enough to where they might have moved off to another part of the bed.
So they're very sensitive to being disturbed.
That's right,
And,
yes.
okay, we're just going to watch you do what you do. How do you?
Well, you can start digging in here and looking.
I
And
see some.
Yeah, there's some
Look at
bugs
this. Oh, look. Look at this. Now, what do you do? Just pick the whole, what do you pick it up?
Bugs, debris, the whole thing, whatever comes up with it, and then you try to just shake out what you don't want, and there you go.
Whoa, look at that. Now, how many ladybugs are in here, Doug?
Let me see that. There's probably 5,000 or 6,000 there.
5,000 or 6,000
Yeah.
that you got in 2 hand scoops.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Now,
And that's really nothing. Once we get going, you'll see a lot more.
you leave enough behind so that they can do, they're not reproducing down in there, are they?
No, that happens in the valley.
Okay, so
This is their hibernation grounds.
can I
here.
pick these up?
Oh, sure.
Look at this. A handful of native, wild, undomesticated.
Convergent hippodamia.
Oh, wow. Now we're looking for even more. Look at this.
That's quite a few bugs. That's more pure there than that first little batch we had there.
Wow. Look at this. Whoa. So that's another couple of hundred right there.
Yeah, a few thousand, yeah.
All right, let's put them in. Wow. So they kind of get together like ants in a big ant hill, right?
Yeah, well, except for they're sleeping, and ants are usually really busy.
Wait a minute, these bugs are sleeping.
That's right, they're hibernating, so to speak. Although if you take them and put them back into crops, in a green crop area, they'll wake right back up and go to work.
So they're moving around, they're not sleeping.
Well, yeah, kind of.
You just woke them up.
We just kind of woke them up there.
Now what do? You've got them in here. Now do you kind of sort this out again?
Yeah, you just take it and you just run your hands through there and grab the debris and try to throw it right back where it came from, so the bugs have some bedding to go back into in future times.
So now we have, just in another couple of handfuls, we have doubled the size. Look at that. Doubled the size and the amount of ladybugs. Whoa.
That's a lot of bugs, huh?
Okay, Doug is cleaning off.
I'm taking the debris off so I can find the bugs underneath.
Oh, look.
Yeah,
This whole area
that's quite a few bugs, isn't it?
is covered.
Yeah. They're big piles of bugs at this point. You just throw them all in there, and then we'll worry about getting the debris out after I got them into the pan.
Look at that.
So there was probably close to a half gallon I just threw in there just now. Then we'll move over to the other side of this route here.
It's easy to get them. It's just knowing where to find them.
Yeah, you have to kind of dig for them.
But they're usually under these pine needles and some kind of surface debris that kind of protects them.
Well, most generally, but some places we might find downstream that they're very exposed and on the surface and all over the tree
animals
bark.
eat these? Don't birds eat these?
No, they if you've ever eaten one, you'd know why they don't. They taste terrible, and I've eaten a lot of ladybugs over the years, incidentally.
By accident.
Yeah, they just end up in your mouth.
So birds don't eat them? Animals, rabbits, foxes?
Dragonflies and bluegill are the only two things I've ever seen eating them, although I heard in the Canadian Rockies that actually grizzly bears do eat them.
Oh my
Now,
God.
this pan holds 3 gallons.
Look at them over here on this log. Oh! Look at this.
That'll be all right.
Have you seen over there, Doug?
Yeah, I was over there a minute ago. I'm gonna head that
Oh,
way.
you uncovered that.
Yeah, I uncovered it.
Oh, gosh. I like looking at them on the log.
Yeah, you see more of an individual look, don't you?
Yeah. They're beautiful little, you call them bugs or insects or?
Well, they're bugs, insects, lady beetles, whatever you want to call them.
Do they go into the bark of trees? Look how they're moving up this tree trunk.
Yeah, they'll get into the crevices of the bark there and kind of sleep. And as long as it's not too hot, they'll hang out there.
All right, so you better get these.
All right.
They crawl, they move pretty fast, don't they?
Oh yeah, they go right along. All insects are pretty fast if they get warm.
Look at these on this rock. Boy, they're so beautiful looking at them like this. You never see this many ladybugs in civilization, do you?
Oh no, they're scattered all over the place. This is just where they go to hibernate all together. Go. There's about 3 gallons of bugs there.
All right, now what do we do when you fill up the gallon?
Well, we'll come over here and we'll put them in a sack.
Ah. So when you get back to the truck, you're going to have, on a good day, sacks and sacks and sacks of ladybugs.
Yesterday we had 20 sacks.
Here. Look at this. Now, will they live okay in these sacks like this?
Well, yeah, they're cotton rice sacks, so they breathe real well, and we put them on the aeration racks once they get onto the truck so they can breathe. And yeah, that sack's a little bit heavy. We'll have to break them into smaller sacks.
Wow.
So that they don't overheat.
Sack full of ladybugs. Now, do you have to have a permit to come out here and do this?
Yeah, Forest Service issues actually ladybug permits on a limited basis, and you have to apply for that, and if you get accepted, you get a permit.
And how many people are there like you out here looking for ladybugs?
In the Sierras, I figure probably 15.
Really? So
Yeah.
it's a good business.
It can be, yeah.
What do you mean it can be?
Well, if you have a bad year, it can be pretty devastating.
And you never know, do you? Have you figured out the ladybugs, what makes them tick?
No, every time I think I got them figured out, they change every rule I thought I knew, so
Now,
there you go.
they're flying now.
Yeah, it's getting warm enough. It's probably above 65 degrees, and they're starting to fly.
So if we disturb them and it gets warmer, they're going to fly even here.
Yeah, they'll fly around to the bug bed or another bug bed even downstream or upstream or something here and find a new place to bed down because we bothered them.
Yeah. Well, but they'll probably go right back. I mean, they're going to, what do? Bunch together and go back down into their little colonies and go to bed.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Huell, I got something to show you over here.
Oh!
Yeah, this tree's covered in bugs here. This is the kind of place that the average person would find by walking down the stream here.
Look at this! The whole tree is covered. Now, when you first saw this, you would think this was almost like a fungus or something because they're not moving.
Well, not very much. If you look at it real close, they're moving a little, but not very much.
The whole tree. Now, why are they? Oh, they're all up on the limbs.
Yeah,
Oh!
those bugs will eventually come out of this tree and go over into the main bug bed and go to sleep for the summer over here.
Oh, the limb. I don't know. Look at the camera. Can get this right here. Look. There's one leaf right here, and it's covered. It's filled with ladybugs. Okay, we're leaving the ladybug tree, which is one of the most unbelievable things I have ever seen in my life, and we are now hiking back here to see something that you say is going to top the tree, if that is possible.
Yeah, Huell, we saved the best for last. So right to our left here, you can see a whole bunch of ladybugs.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. How many ladybugs are here?
There's probably 4, maybe 5 gallons there.
So you're talking about over, what, almost 1 million ladybugs?
Well, it's probably 400,000, maybe 500,000 there.
And why are they here right beside this? Is it because of this big old rock with the moss on it? It keeps them cool? Or?
Well, these particular bugs here, probably for that reason, yeah. Not all bug beds have a big rock, but this one here has got everything to offer. It's got shade, it's got humidity, and it's got protection from the forest here.
So this is your day's work just right here.
Well,
I mean, you could stop right here.
No, we need to get probably 10, 15 times that today.
Oh my gosh, can I just pick a handful of?
Sure. Here's a pan. You can start loading the
But
pan.
I mean, I don't even know where to start. You just look at this. Oh, just. Oh my gosh. Well, this is easy pickings.
Yeah, this is one of the better spots.
What do we do? Just, do we need a scoop or?
Well, you just need your hands and to get in the middle of it and start getting them.
This, you know, in a funny kind of way, I hate to disturb them, but in another way, you're promising us that this isn't depleting the supply of ladybugs. There's still going to be billions of them still in California.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, we're not eating them or anything. We're putting them back into the system to where they can make babies down in the valley and all that, because all the farmers use them down there.
So these ladybugs will end up being the ones like I bought in Farmer's Market to put in my garden in LA.
That's exactly right.
So that's it, our ladybug adventure in this undisclosed, wild, remote wilderness area somewhere in California. Doug, I'd like to thank you and your son Jeffrey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeffrey. He's got a sack of ladybugs too.
That's right.
The ladybugs are now going to market, and this has been so wonderful for all of us, because from now on, when we buy our ladybugs in our farmers markets and our nurseries or through the mail, we'll know where they came from. We will have seen them in their natural habitat, and we'll have, all of us, I think, a new and increased appreciation for these wonderful little ladybugs. Right, Doug?
That's right, yep. We're happy to be able to provide a service for everybody out there.
And we kept it secret.
Thank you.
So nobody knows where we are. This wonderful place and these wonderful little golden ladybugs that are definitely part of California's gold. You got a ladybug song for us.
Yeah, here we go. Ladybug, a ladybug, you better fly away. Ladybug, a ladybug, Doug and Jeff are coming today. They'll put you in a sack, throw you over their back, and start to pack and put you up for sale today. So ladybug, a ladybug, you better fly away.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Huell Hauser, and I sure hope you had as much fun as I did on our ladybug adventure. If you'd like to go on this adventure again, share it with family or friends, or perhaps donate a copy to your local school or library. It's available on video cassette and on DVD. All you have to do is call 1-800-266-5727, and we'll be glad to send it to you right away.